Dim glow of the street lamp cast eerie shadows that danced along the edge of my curtains as I peered through them, wondering about the enigma next door. Mr. Blackwood, the elusive figure in the neighboring house, had always been a subject of speculation among the locals. His presence was as chilling as the cold drafts that seemed to emanate from his property, even on the warmest nights. One evening, curiosity getting the better of me, I decided to invite him over for a cup of coffee. The air felt thick with anticipation as I knocked on his door, each rap echoing like a sinister drumbeat. To my surprise, the door creaked open, revealing a tall, gaunt figure cloaked in shadows. His eyes, deep pools of darkness, met mine, sending shivers down my spine. As we sat in my living room, a heavy silence enveloped us, broken only by the occasional creaks of the old house settling. Mr. Blackwood spoke in a low, gravelly voice, recounting tales of an ancient curse that supposedly plagued his bloodline. Skepticism clawed at me, but his haunting words seemed to seep into the very walls around us. In the following weeks, peculiar occurrences unfolded. Unearthly whispers murmured through the walls, and the scent of decay lingered in the air. Sleep became elusive as nightmares invaded my nights, each one more vivid and unsettling than the last. I began to question my sanity, haunted not only by the eerie presence next door, but also by the terror that gripped my dreams. One night, as the moon hung low in the sky, I ventured into Mr. Blackwood's yard, drawn by an otherworldly force. The overgrown weeds whispered secrets, and the gnarled branches of the trees reached out like skeletal fingers. The dilapidated house loomed ominously, a dark silhouette against the night. In the backyard, a decrepit shed beckoned me closer. Its door, barely hanging on its hinges, swung open with a ghastly creak. Inside, I discovered a collection of ancient artifacts, dusty books bound in faded leather, mysterious symbols etched into decaying parchment, and an ornate box that seemed to pulse with an unholy energy. As I touched the box, a surge of malevolence coursed through me. Visions of a bygone era flooded my mind, a time when dark rituals and forbidden knowledge ruled the land. Mr. Blackwood's ancestors, it seemed, were practitioners of a macabre craft, and the curse that clung to his bloodline was a manifestation of their unholy deeds. The realization struck me like a thunderbolt. I was entwined in a web of malevolent forces, drawn into a sinister dance orchestrated by the spirits of the past. The nightmares intensified, blurring the line between dreams and reality. Shadows whispered ominous secrets, and the walls seemed to pulse with a sinister heartbeat. Desperation clawed at my sanity as I sought answers from the mysterious Mr. Blackwood. He revealed the gruesome details of his family's dark legacy, confessing that the curse demanded a sacrifice to appease the vengeful spirits. The weight of dread pressed upon me as I understood the horrifying truth. I was the chosen offering, a pawn in a centuries-old game of supernatural malevolence. As the fateful night approached, I frantically searched for a way to break free from the clutches of the curse. The ancient texts in the shed offered cryptic clues, pointing towards a ritual that could sever the ties binding me to the unholy pact. Time dwindled like grains of sand slipping through my fingers as I delved deeper into the forbidden knowledge that had cursed the Blackwood bloodline. The night of the ritual arrived, a moonless void enveloping the world in darkness. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy as I stood in the backyard, surrounded by symbols drawn in blood. The box pulsated with malevolence, and the shadows seemed to coalesce into sinister forms. With trembling hands, I followed the ancient incantations, each word echoing with the weight of centuries. The boundary between the living and the dead blurred as the ritual reached its climax. A deafening silence fell upon the night, broken only by the agonized cries of unseen entities. In the ensuing stillness, the curse lifted, the malevolent forces dissipating like dissipating mist. The nightmare that had gripped me for weeks loosened its hold, and the shadows retreated. The oppressive air lightened, and the night seemed to exhale a sigh of release. As dawn painted the sky in hues of pink and gold, I stood amidst the remnants of the ritual, a survivor of a malevolent dance with the supernatural. The enigma next door dissolved into the daylight, leaving behind a hollow shell of a house, stripped of its spectral inhabitants. I moved away, leaving the haunted memories behind, but the echoes of that harrowing experience lingered like ghostly whispers. The nightmares, though diminished, still visited me in the quiet hours of the night. The tale of Mr. Blackwood and the curse that entwined us served as a chilling reminder that some secrets are better left buried in the shadows of the past.